Well, hello class, and welcome to week 6 of English 102. We're bearing down on the end of the course here, so I want to encourage you guys to keep pressing on, keep your motivational levels high, and keep your energy levels high as well. A lot of that revolves around your ability to properly structure your schedule, whether it be work, home, along with school. So just make sure that you guys are monitoring that and making sure that you have the energy and the motivation to finish out this class. Let's take a moment and look over the checklist of things that we need to do this week. As always, make sure that you guys begin with the lecture. Watch the presentation that the lecture has for you, and you can also download the document. Now this week, we're going to be focusing specifically on revising the work that you've written. You know, we just can't write down one version of something and turn it in. It's got to go through a revision process, maybe even a couple of different times. So in your discussion this week, you're going to be addressing the process of revision. So make sure that your initial post is at least 150 words and that you respond to 3 other classmates. Now, 2 weeks ago, you guys had a business writing assignment. As you turned that in, I gave you guys feedback on that assignment, ways that you could make that assignment even better. This week, you guys are going to take that assignment, take the revisions that I've given you, and you're going to revise the business writing assignment and turn in a revised version of it. Now, this version doesn't require you to completely rewrite the assignment. It requires you to take what you've written and revise it, update it, and make it better than it was, and resubmit it. So make sure that you guys do a good amount of revisions on that business writing assignment from week 4. And finally, you guys will need to do a business writing reflection. This is going to take a look back on your business writing assignment. You're going to reflect upon it, and then you're going to submit your reflection to your e-portfolio. Now, there's a document there at the bottom of week 6 that tells you how to do that, how to go about uploading it, and the outcomes that you'll need to select there. That assignment's going to be a little bit weird. So if you get that assignment turned in, it's not going to show that it's been turned in like all the other ones are. But if you've turned it in, just know that you have turned it in. And if you have any questions on that, you can get back to me and I will confirm that it has come to me, because it gets turned in a little bit differently than all the other assignments that we've had so far. This week, I'd like to encourage you guys to keep focus on the bigger picture, the bigger goal. There's a lot of smaller details that go into going to school, or really anything you do, whether it's work, at home, school, relationships, navigating those. There's a lot of small details, but sometimes within the construct of those smaller details, we can lose the bigger picture. And I don't want you guys to lose the bigger picture. Oftentimes, we ask the what question. Well, what do I need to do? What do I need to do this week? What do I need to do for that assignment? Those aren't bad questions, but it becomes easy to lose the why question. Why am I doing what I'm doing? In his book, Simon Sinek writes, he wrote a book called Start with Why. And he says that that's where you should actually begin. You should begin by asking the why question, not the how question, not the what question. He says you should start by asking, well, why are we doing what we're doing? Why am I doing what I'm doing? Am I going to school to get out of what I perceive as a dead-end job? Am I going to school to improve, my employment prospects for myself and my children and my family? Why am I doing what I'm doing? And so what I want to encourage you guys this week is not to lose that focus. Don't lose the focus of why you're doing what you're doing. It certainly doesn't mean that you ignore how you do it or what you need to do in order to complete that goal. But oftentimes we can get almost sucked down like quicksand in the what's and the hows, and we can forget about the why. And when we forget about the why, which is the foundation by which we do things, then what happens is our motivation tends to wane. We tend to look at certain classes and go, man, I don't want to take this class. I really don't like this class. And really, when you look at the why, you go, well, I need this class in order to complete this goal. That goal is the why. And so I will engage and I'll be motivated during this particular course because I see the bigger picture. I see the bigger why. So I would encourage you guys, as you're kind of pressing on through week 6 and the next week, week 7 and week 7.5, which is a little bit weird, and I'll explain that next week. As you press through these last 3 sections, don't forsake the why. Don't lose the why. Start with why and end with why. The what's and the how's will happen kind of as the in-between, but give yourself a constant reminder as to why you're doing what you're doing, because if you don't, it becomes easy to lose motivation, and it becomes much, much easier to quit what you're doing because you don't see the larger picture. So remember, why are you doing what you're doing? Not just in school, but in your work, with your children. Why are you doing that? And when you can see the bigger picture, you'll have more motivation. So I look forward to what you guys have for me this week, and good luck. If you have any questions, please get a hold of me.